So hello students, welcome back again. So the last topic of the chapter nutrition in animals, that is feeding and digestion in amoeba, we'll discuss today. So let's begin then. So amoeba, you see, amoeba is a microscopic organism which are very small, and it consists of a single cell. Okay, so that is why it is also referred to as unicellular organism, because it consists of a single cell. Okay, unicellular. Okay, now it is the simplest organism, and amoeba is the simplest organism, and it lives in pond water. Okay, and it is so small that it can hardly be seen with naked eyes. We generally need a microscope so that we can see the organism amoeba. So there are some structures, or say cell organelles, or say parts of the cell which are present in amoeba. So these parts are like, say, cell membrane, then nucleus, then vacuoles, then cytoplasm. These are some of the structures, or say cell organelles, which are present in amoeba. So let's see here. So this first part, that is cell membrane. Cell membrane is the outer covering of the cell. Okay, cell membrane is the, remember, it is the outer covering of the cell. Okay, then nucleus, as you can see from here, it is a round, say, dense structure which is present in the structure of amoeba. Next is your cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance or jelly-like material which surrounds the whole structure of amoeba. Okay, all full structure is filled with what? Cytoplasm. The full structure or full organism is only filled with cytoplasm. Okay, and food vacuole is also there, as you can see. This is the food vacuole. You see, it is like a bubble. It looks like a bubble. Okay, food vacuoles generally looks like a bubble which consists of water. Okay, and when amoeba captures its food, then the food particle will be stored over the food vacuole. Okay, it contains a food vacuole consists of bubble of water and containing the food particle captured by amoeba. Okay, so one of the most important feature of amoeba is that it has no fixed shape. Okay, it has no fixed shape. There is no fixed shape in amoeba. So how it moves then? If it has no fixed shape, how it will move? Okay, how it will capture its food, or how the feeding and digestion process occurs in amoeba. So first of all, the shape of amoeba keeps on changing constantly. Why? Because it has no fixed shape. That is why it keeps on changing its shape constantly. You see, as you can see here, amoeba, it is written, amoeba constantly changes its shape and position. How it changes its shape and position? First of all, how it will change its position, or how it will change its shape? So basically, the shape of amoeba changes because it can make its cytoplasm flow in any direction. Okay, the cytoplasm which is present over the structure of amoeba, right? The cytoplasm which is present over the structure of amoeba, this cytoplasm can be flowed in any direction. Okay, so amoeba will change, the shape of the amoeba will change because it can make its cytoplasm flow in any direction it wants to. Also, the body of amoeba has some finger-like projections which are called pseudopodia. As you can see here, this finger-like projection. Here is also a finger-like projection. Here is also a finger-like projection. Here is also a finger-like projection. Okay, this one. Okay, the finger-like projections, basically. Okay, the outer projections. These are named as what? Pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is a singular and pseudopodium is plural. Okay, so pseudopodia is also referred to as false feet. Okay, this will act like a feet so that it can move forward, it can move backward, it can move in any direction with the help of the amoeba will move in any direction with the help of these finger like projections, which are known as pseudopodia. Okay, so the amoeba can produce pseudopodia. How this amoeba can produce pseudopodia? How it can produce this false feet, or how it can produce this finger like projections? Amoeba can produce the pseudopodia on any side by pushing the cytoplasm in that side. Okay, amoeba can produce this pseudopodia in any side, in this side or in that side. How? Or in this side. How? Because it can produce the cytoplasm in this side, it can produce the pseudopodia in this side. How? Because it is producing the cytoplasm in this side, it is moving the cytoplasm in this side, it is moving the cytoplasm in this side. That is why the pseudopodia will move in this side. Okay, it can produce a pseudopodia on this side, or any other side it can move, it can produce. Okay, so the amoeba can produce pseudopodia on any side by pushing the cytoplasm in that side. So amoeba moves very slowly with the help of this pseudopodia, which keeps on changing its shape, which keeps on appearing and disappearing when it moves. So basically this amoeba uses its pseudopodia to catch the food particles which are present in their surroundings. Okay, with the help of this pseudopodia, okay, or which are also known as false feet. Why false feet? Because there is no, first of all, there is no fixed feet or fixed shape or fixed say feet only of amoeba. There is no fixed feet or no fixed hands, okay, of amoeba. So it will change with time. Okay, they can change this one. So that is why it is referred to as false feet. Okay, no permanent. This is not permanent feet. This is a temporary feet. It acts like a temporary feet. That is why it is referred to as false feet. Okay. So here it is written that you can see it pushes out one or more finger-like projections called pseudopodia or false feet for movement and capture of food. With the help of this pseudopodia, it will move and it will capture its food particles. Okay, the amoeba will capture its food particles with the help of this pseudopodia. Okay, next we'll discuss the feeding and digestion in amoeba, which is given in the next page. So in the next page you see the feeding and digestion in amoeba. The amoeba feeds on some microscopic organisms. Okay, so when it senses its food, it pushes out pseudopodia around the food particle and engulfs it. The food becomes trapped in a food vacuole. Okay, so basically amoeba eats or feeds on tiny plants and animals present in the pond water, and amoeba takes in food by using its pseudopodia. So whenever a food particle comes near amoeba, then amoeba produces two pseudopodia around the food particle and surrounds it, and the two pseudopodia then join around the food particle and trap the food particle with a little amount of water, forming a food vacuole inside the amoeba. Okay, so the food vacuole will act like a temporary stomach for amoeba. Okay, here you see in this figure 2.10. Okay, yes, here in this food vacuole, the food particle will get trapped along with water. Okay, and it will act like a temporary stomach for the amoeba. Okay, so the food is digested in amoeba in the food vacuole. Okay, and how this happens actually, how the digestion process happens actually. See, you see the digestive juices are secreted into the food vacuole. That means the cytoplasm, okay, the cytoplasm is all over the amoeba. Cytoplasm is all over the structure of amoeba. Okay, so this cytoplasm will secrete digestive enzymes or say digestive juices into the food vacuole. You see here the cytoplasm is all over the structure of amoeba. It is all over the structure of amoeba, the cytoplasm, the jelly like material. Okay, the jelly like material is all over the structure of amoeba. So the cytoplasm will secrete or produce digestive juices into the food vacuole. Okay, then what happens, the digestive juices will break the food particle into simpler substances. See, the digestive juices will be secreted by the cytoplasm, right? And the digestive juices will be released into the food vacuole. And what is present in the food vacuole? The food particle is present in the food vacuole. Then the digestive juices will act on this food particle and break down into the simpler substances. It will form into the simpler substances. So in this way the food gets digested. Okay, and the digested food present in food vacuole is absorbed directly into the cytoplasm by the process of diffusion. Okay, they act on the food and break it down into the simpler substances. Gradually the digested food is absorbed by whom? Absorbed by the cytoplasm only, okay, by the process of diffusion. And the absorbed substances are used for growth, maintenance and multiplication, which will be required by the structure of amoeba. Okay, the digested food will be absorbed by the cytoplasm and it will be required for growth. It will be required for what? Yes, it will be required for growth, maintenance and multiplication. Okay, so yes, the food is absorbed and is used for production of energy also. It is used for the growth also. It will be used for maintenance also. Okay, growth of amoeba. So the undigested residue of the food is expelled outside by the vacuole. And what about the undigested food? The undigested food will be expelled out. It will be thrown out of its body, as you can see from this figure. Okay, this is the undigested food or say egested waste. So it will be thrown out of the body of the amoeba. Okay, so yes. And amoeba has no anus, okay, for removing the undigested food, so it will be directly thrown out. The basic process of digestion of food and release of energy is the same in all animals. Okay, the basic process of digestion, okay, food will be ingested into the body, then it will be digested, the food will be digested, then the digested food will be absorbed by the body for the growth of the body, then for the maintenance of the body and for the repairment of the body. Okay, the absorbed food is used by the organism, but the undigested food or the unabsorbed food will be egested or thrown out of the body. Okay, this basic process is same for all the organism. So in a later chapter you will learn about the transport of food absorbed by the intestine to the various parts of the body. In the later chapter means some the chapter of the higher classes. Okay, you will be learning how the food will be absorbed by the intestine and how it will be transported to various parts of the body. One chapter is there, that is transportation in animals and plants. One chapter is there in chapter number 11. Okay, in that chapter we'll learn something about these things. Okay, how the blood will be transported throughout the body. Okay, how it will be circulated throughout the body. These things we'll learn in chapter number 11, the transportation part, basic transportation part. Okay, so yes, with this the chapter is completed, and in the next class we'll be giving some question and answers, the exercise question and answers, the in-text question and answers. Okay, so that's all for today. thank you and have a nice day.